What is up? What is up, y'all? Happy 2026. It's your girl D, the Wellness Plug, and I am here dropping my top tips to losing weight even when you've been in a rut, if you don't feel like it, you've been lazy, or if you have never tried to lose weight before. Like if you have just never attempted, if you are a beginner to this weight loss challenge thing, I can give you foolproof tips to help you get started today. For those of you that are new here to my channel, I have dedicated this as my self-care and healing wellness journey journal situation, but also to help y'all on y'all journeys along the way. I have picked up quite a bit of knowledge in the self-care industry over the last, I don't know, almost 8 years now. And I have lost literally anywhere between 30 and 50 pounds multiple times in my life. I have not always looked like this. My body has undergone so many transformations, and I am here to tell you that that is okay as well. As a woman, we go through so many fluctuations and changes in our bodies and our lives, and I am here to expose and explore those changes with y'all. That is like my new mission this year. So first and foremost, I'm going to teach you basic weight loss 101 on how you can maintain your body shape and get into that physical era where you are excited to take care of your body. And these simple steps don't require any heavy lifting or any type of mental load. They are simple, strategic, and psychological changes that will help you develop better habits and will help you increase your love for physical wellness. So I'm going to dive into it, but first I'm going to explain how I even got here, okay? In 2011, I went to college, and the biggest conversation that women were having my freshman year was the freshman 15. And in a lot of my age group's case, we were eating good, okay? And so we gained probably a freshman 30, and I have the tire roll to prove it. I will try to find as many pictures as I can to show you proof that, yes, I've done this before. So I was a dance major, and I was one of those people that was really good at proving that big girls can jump too. Not only were the standards of BMI calling me obese, but then as a woman of color, I have a little extra meat on my bones. This was not the type of body that I needed to perform the way I wanted to dance-wise. What I did when I gained my freshman 30 was I could not move anymore. And I think that speaks to a lot of my motivation for losing weight is my body not being able to do what it used to do. I had a similar experience when I got pregnant and I was recovering postpartum. I am almost 2 years postpartum, which yay, I made it, and I'm still kind of sane. But the things that your body goes through as a woman are just not talked about enough. And the fact that we have to be on top of caring about it and managing it is even crazier that we don't talk about it as much as we do. So I am here to create more conversations around women's wellness and the bigger picture of your body being a transformative being. It's really just listening to your body and deciding what it needs in this season. Weight loss is not some super rigid, definite thing. You have to have a strong why to why you want to lose weight. And the big... What? So with your why being super strong, you have to know that I want to move my body. I want to be able to hold my grandchildren, play with my kids. I want to be able to attend family events. I want to be able to go up and down the steps at work without getting winded. I want to be able to do certain positions in a bedroom with my husband. I'm trying to, become a hot mom. I'm trying to run a marathon. You could have some specific goals that your weight loss can help facilitate. You could just simply want to feel better about yourself. I want to love the way I look in clothes. I want to enjoy going shopping for myself. It's all these things can derive from certain aspects of how you live your life. And so one of the first things we're going to start with in 2026 is talking about developing good habits for weight loss and maintaining your weight. So I'm done talking. That's my story. I have lost weight several times. It has been 30, 40, and 50 pounds worth of fat and extra that I have worked on. And these are the ways that I do it every time, even if I haven't been in the gym or working out consistently. The key component to not like, okay, let me say this. Not only is it super important to define your why, but it's also super important to define your how. You need to have an honest conversation with yourself and say, girl, how did we get here? How did we get here? And I have had several conversations with myself in the mirror, not recognizing how I look. And a lot of times that's been like right after really traumatic experiences. Like a toxic relationship was one where I had lost so much weight that like my eyes were like sunken into my face. It was like a little concerning. And then there's been times like after giving birth where I come home and I'm like, that's you? Yeah, girl. And so like those are understandable events, right? And I can give myself grace and I can tell myself, okay, I did what I needed to do during that time and now I'm out of that time. So let's move forward. Then there's the other stuff that like, okay, I'm 6 months postpartum and I don't feel the way that I want to feel. Well, let's take a look at how you're spending your day. Are you getting the same type of nutrients that you were getting when you were super heavily breastfeeding? Are you, intensifying your workouts to match what you were doing before you got pregnant? Because the level of activity varies as you go through things. So I had to have honest conversations with myself. How did I get here? And I had to not shame myself when I gave the answer. That is what creates trust. And you have to trust yourself. And you don't trust yourself because you've already let yourself go. You have to forgive yourself for however you got to where you are. If you are dissatisfied with it, acknowledge it, accept it, and take in the how you got here. But then also say, okay, but this does not have to define me. This does not have to be the end of my circumstance. Like, this doesn't have to define how I move forward. And so I like to do mirror talk. Mirror talk is like the foundation for all the personal battles that I fight when it comes to like my relationship with myself, my self-confidence, and how I feel about myself. I actually had a really long-term friend ask me, like, how do you just love yourself through all these stages that you've been through? Like, girl, you done been 180 pounds, you done been pregnant, you done been 125, you done had abs, you done, had a tire roll. How have you just loved yourself through all of that? And I can tell you, I haven't. I haven't. I have not been super nice to myself and super forgiving and super gracious. I haven't been this way my whole life. I have just simply acknowledged where I'm at. And I had to tell myself the truth, which is something I'm really good at doing. It's being super honest, even if it's not always cute. So looking at myself in the mirror and being like, what are you doing? I don't do this for the glam. I don't do it for the story of it all. I don't do it to, impress people, and I don't do it for the acknowledgement. I do it for myself because I'm the person that has been with me through all of that. I am the person that has walked with me through all these things. So it's only right that I am the person that I deal with this with, right? And then if I can acknowledge where I struggle and where I need help, that can make it easier for me to resolve my own problem. So, in the spirit of being resourceful and, being on a financial budget and just not being in the mental space to fully dive into the physical fitness world, like joining a gym. If you're not ready to join a gym or get a personal trainer, if you're not ready to, up your workout routine to a more advanced routine, if you're not ready for that, if we are literally just trying to get started, these are my top 5 tips. Ready? Once you have that honest conversation with yourself in the mirror, the next thing I need you to do is keep that honesty energy. Keep it going. You're going to create a food diary. The best way that well, let me say this. My recommendation is do whatever works for you. There are journals, printouts, there's all kinds of like physical paper journals that you can do or use. But for me, what I used in 2011 in college and then have downloaded at least 3 times in between that since. But it's been such a good habit builder that I haven't actually needed to use it like that. But that's how good it is. Me and my bestie found an app called MyFitnessPal, and they have like seriously upgraded a lot of their features since I used it. But the main thing that I want you to like get from that app or apps like it is the food tracking. You have to see how you got here. You have to see it because some of y'all don't believe it until you see it. So if you write it down, every piece of candy, every snack, every juice, every beverage, every alcoholic drink that you have on the holidays, like whatever, every single thing that you eat and consume in your body, you put it into this app down to a T. It sounds very meticulous, but is scrolling your phone and entering things into your phone a lot easier than lifting up a dumbbell? Yes, it is. And if you're not lifting up the dumbbell, then you can at least download the app and start putting in your food. And I'm just keeping it a buck with you. You cannot steward what you do not account for. You have to account for the things that you're trying to steward. And so doing an audit is the best way to do that. The best way to do an audit is to track your food. So you want to honestly try to track like your amount consumed, the amount of calories that brings in, how much sugar does that bring in, how much fat does that bring in, and then you can get like a really cool breakdown pie chart analytics of what you're consuming and how it might be contributing to how you feel about your personal image. That is my number one tip, is a food diary. Okay, here's number 2, and number 2 is just as cute as number 1. You ready? It is stop eating bullshit. Stop eating crap. I don't know how many of y'all are up to date on the amount of foods that we used to eat and like when we were younger and how the recipes have been changed, how much processed like chemicals are in our food that aren't actually good for us, how much fried food contributes to a lot of our heart health or lack thereof. Okay? Stop eating fried food and fast food. That was my literal rule. I'm like, no, I can't eat McDonald's. No, I don't want fried chicken. Do you have a baked option? I'm not telling you to just order salads. I'm not telling you to go, only get your groceries from Trader Joe's. That's not what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is stop eating the bullshit. Stop. Stop eating fried food. Stop eating fast food. And the minute that you stop doing these things, and you know what? I actually want to throw in, I want to make sure that it's not, sugar. Some of y'all problem is not even fast food. Some of y'all's problem is sugar. And that is something that I discovered through this app, was that I was drinking a lot of my calories. All them Starbucks drinks that you want to add all the little shots of caramel and this and that, cold foam, all that. Problem. The amount of sugar that we consume is a whole problem. It's low-key addiction. And when I start phasing out specific things like sugar, fast food, and fried food, I notice a change in my energy levels. I notice a change in my mood. I notice a change in the way my body sits, like how I carry myself. It is a whole thing. And so we have to be mindful of the snacks that we're eating and why we're reaching for them. Around our, when I PMS, I crave chocolate. I crave chocolate in disgusting amounts. Chocolate, candy, cakes, like that kind of stuff can get hard during a very intense hormonal season. However, that is why like fasting and doing little breaks from stuff like that can help you be more aware of what you're doing with your food psychologically and what you're reaching for and how often you're reaching for it. Because once you start paying attention to a habit, you can't unsee how much you're doing it or how much you're not doing it. I fasted from sweets, fried foods, obviously fast food because it's a lot easier now, but like sweets and fried foods, I fasted for 40 days from those things. And when I say like that is always a great reset to remind myself like, oh, that's a lot of sugar. I don't need all of that. Oh, that's kind of heavy on my stomach. I don't think I need all of that either. Once you start paying attention to those details, so between the food diary and cutting out these major items, I like guarantee you'll see a huge difference in your physical appearance and your physical, like how you feel. I guarantee you'll see a difference even just within like a week or two. Point number three. Point number three is portion size. So you notice that a lot of the stuff that I'm naming is psychological, right? Half of the way that food companies get you to overeat and overindulge is by making portion sizes extra huge. There is no reason that you need to sit down in one sitting and eat a large fry from McDonald's. There is no way that you need to do that. So size definitely matters. And I mean, like, this goes for if you also decide to set up a cheat day as well. Cheat days are usually where everyone goes overboard and they lose their entire like concept and in the why is lost, right? So make sure that your cheat days also align with your portion goals. And when I'm talking about portions, I'm also telling you like you can do this during Thanksgiving. I have done this through holiday season and still lost weight. You have to get a smaller plate. Because what we do is we get these big plates, we get these big cups, we get these big things, and we think we need to fill them up. Your coffee cup should be half the size of your water bottle. Does that make sense? Portions matter. So, like, the salad that you want, it might be okay to go bigger with a salad. A hearty meal, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, that kind of vibe, you want to minimize. Still indulge in what you love to eat, but minimize those portions because we also tend to get like buffet style setups for Thanksgiving and holidays and family dinners. Okay, if you're going to pick up a little bit of everything, then make sure it's like a sampler platter. When the companies, like when you go to Applebee's or when you go out to the restaurants, when they have an appetizer sampler platter, they don't put the full-size appetizer out on a whole platter and have multiples. They have like 4 mozzarella sticks, 6 chicken wings. They want you to just pick off and they want you to want more. So portion sizes matter. I have gone even as far as to having like the tiniest silverware to help me eat slower, filling up my cup and like drinking my water in between bites to help me be full. But when I say you do not need to put your whole life on that big old plate, you don't need it. Okay? Let's be honest with ourselves. You don't need it. While I am on the subject of water, let's just knock this out. Staying hydrated is not only beneficial to keeping your body running. My son is drumming, so y'all gonna have to forgive me. Let's hold the mic closer. Water is not just great for maintaining your health and keeping you energized and keeping your body, moving. It is also essential to flushing out toxins. It helps you feel fuller throughout the day, and it helps sustain you throughout the day. My personal hydration hack is to get a supersized water bottle, which I do have on my 5 simple habits to adapt into your life to upgrade it. I have that featured in that video. It's a big old water bottle with a bunch of motivational little hash marks at each certain amount of ounces that I drink. It's like, oh, you got this, or almost there, halfway done, you did it. It's the cutest little water bottle, and it's got a handle so I can carry it everywhere like a little canteen. But it's huge, and it's so cute and so motivational, and it shows me this is how you're doing for your water for the day. And it also has time tracking on there, so if I have not taken a drink of water in the last 3 hours, it's oh, it's 12 o'clock and my line is still on 10. Oh, drink it. It's like it's been really easy to get back into my water routine by having that water bottle. So check out my hydration hack featured on my channel. I have specifically the water bottle showed on my shorts, and then in the 5 wellness habits to upgrade your self-care routine video, I talk about the importance of water, hydration, and tracking. So again, I just have to stress that while you are consuming less nonsense, you have to fuel your body with better stuff. And I'm not going to get on the diet and nutrition train with you because I think that is a level up when it comes to weight loss and basics of it. This is literally just me trying to get you started. Like if you started these 5 things today, you are already doing better and going to try to lose weight. Like you are going to lose weight. This is literally just, if this is all you can do, this is how you get some of it done. You can shed some pounds by just doing these simple things. Okay, here's the last one. It's the fun one. Fun. Okay, here's the last one. The last one is the one that's probably going to be the most challenging for people because this is the one that I think everyone struggles with. I'm not telling you to go get a gym membership. I'm not. Because honestly, half of y'all waste y'all money on a gym membership because you don't get the motivation to go. You don't have the right mindset. You end up playing in somebody's gym, taking the pictures like you are working out, but don't end up getting a good workout. Half of that is a lack of leadership. And so wherever you're lacking in your gym girly era or whatever fitness vibe you need to decide what type of girly you are. The simplest way to start getting active, which is my number 5. My number 5 is 45, 30 even. 30 to 45 minutes of movement a day. The easiest way to do this, y'all, is walking. The entire year of my postpartum experience, all I did was walk. And that not only, I have talked about this so much on the channel, but that not only helped my mental health, but it was so good for my physical health. It helped me just kind of slowly shed pounds off. I had stopped breastfeeding, so that wasn't working anymore. But like walking, the fitness girlies will tell you a little 45-minute walk can burn more calories than doing a session in the gym. Cardio matters, baby. And I'm also the person that has never been like a really big like gym girly. I have never had an experience where I've been like, ooh, let me get in the gym. I need to go to the gym today. I have just never had that great of an experience going to a public gym and working out. I'm not knocking no gyms because my bestie is a gym rat. Okay, she is in the gym. She lives there. And I admire that about her because we do have that in common, that we want to take care of our bodies. However, the satisfaction and excitement she gets from going to the gym, I've just never had that experience yet. So I don't have that in me. So I've had to figure out ways to entertain myself in the fitness world without necessarily having to go in somebody's gym. And the ways that I do that are, 1, walking around my neighborhood or finding a nice park with a nice walking path, especially with a stroller, like mom vibes, okay? Then number 2 is like a fun dance class, or even like, y'all ever watch Tae Bo? Y'all did Tae Bo back in the day, like Billy Blanks, like it was like hook, uppercut, and then you like Tae Bo is a bop, okay? And that is something that I am incorporating back into my physical wellness routine in 2026. Something else that I'm looking into trying is spin class. I have a couple of friends that are teachers, and I want to take one of their classes and see if spin class is something that I can do in my mommy fitness alone time, because some of those workouts need to be without my kid, okay? But even if it's like a fun dance class, a cardio workout, if you're even like twerking for 20 minutes and then do like a set of squats, a set of abs, and get a couple of 5-pound dumbbells and do this. Like, it is so easy to do something for 30 minutes. You just have to get up and do it. And you have to tell yourself, that it's fun. You have to find something that you can get excited about. There's people I know that just line dance for 30 minutes once a week. And like, that's cute to like switch it up. I'm saying move your body. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying move your body for 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day. And if you need to, if you literally cannot do like a focused workout, I also highly recommend, like right here behind me is the walking pad that I purchased. I got it off of Amazon when I first got pregnant. And I was like, I'm not going to be not moving. I'm finna be walking. And especially in wintertime when I couldn't go outside, it was really hard to stay active. So I recommend a walking pad. This one does not go on an incline, which I have discovered is something I truly care about now. So this is not a substitute for a treadmill, okay? I would love to purchase like a full treadmill in the future because I am like not playing about my winter workouts, okay? But if you need if you need a basic start, or if you work from home and you want to put this at your desk area, this is a great way to knock it out. So that is my tip number 5, is make sure that you are moving your body daily for at least 30 minutes. Thank you. For at least 30 minutes. Okay, let's recap what we've learned today just so you don't try to say you forgot. Remember, number 1, get a food journal. Write it down. Write down what you're eating, what you're drinking. Write it all down. Number 2, you need to cut out the nonsense. Stop eating fake food. Stop eating fried food. Stop eating fast food. And stop with the sweets. Find some real food to get that fix from. Number 3, change your portion sizes. You're eating way too much every meal. Number 4, drink your water. Drink the dang water. Get a really cute water bottle, dress it up. I don't know, but you need to get excited about your water intake every day. Lastly, get up and move your body. Get up and move your body. Even if it's just dancing in your living room to some music on YouTube. I don't care, but get up and move your body 30 minutes a day. These are my pro wellness tips. The top 5 ingredients, top 5 methods to losing weight with minimal effort. I want you all to check back in here, drop comments if you try this. I want you to try it for at least 30 days. And come back in these comments and tell me if it worked. How much weight did you lose? How hard did you try at each step? And what worked and what didn't? Drop it in here, and I want to know. Keep me updated. That is my little tidbit, my 5 top wellness tips for losing weight for beginners. And I hope to see you guys back on the channel very soon for our next conversation. This is Dee, aka The Wellness Plug, and I will see y'all next time.